Yeah. Thanks for joining me for another video, everyone. If you're not subscribed, please be sure to go do that. Most people have that little fancy thing that shows them clicking the subscribe button. I don't. Just go down there, click it, and join the fun. So what we got here, text messages. Got more text messages. So the part I have here in this box right here is a new short shifter for my car. If you don't know what car it is a 240SX. It has a rb25 swap. It has a rb25 transmission. And let's go look at the shifter quick. All right, it's a little dark, but bear with me right now. I'll get more light in a little bit. But this is the shifter. This is stock shifter. This actually is the ISR short shifter assembly, and it's really just the stick that goes into the transmission. This is stock. Wobbly, forward, back, left to right, and then when you're in gear, wobbly, and you get the point. The only thing I have done to the shifter assembly or whatever, I did buy a brass bushing. That's the part that connects into the transmission, and I do have the GK Tech springs. I do think this new short shifter comes with that, with the springs, but we're not going to install them. So this shifter is the, let me put my phone on silent. So this shifter is the cube speed short shifter that comes for this transmission. It comes for, I believe they make it for a couple other ones. This was like $100 and something bucks. There is another shifter that I found that looks pretty awesome, but it's about 5 times the price. I think it comes out to like either 450 or like 5 something. It's like IRB or something, and it's tall and it looks very race car. But you cannot, not that it's like that big of a deal, but you have to use their, it already comes with like a shifter on it, so you can't change the knob. So I bought this, so this doesn't come with it. This is Loctite, which you're gonna need for the install. It's like fellow parts, and then this is the shifter assembly. So let's take a quick look at this. I'm gonna need this part together. With that, let's look at some of these parts that came with it. A little quick like unboxing. Okay, so this doesn't come with the springs. Maybe the premium version comes with the springs. I know one of them comes with the springs. It doesn't have springs. The springs make it, doesn't really tighten it up, but it makes it stiffer, the left and right. But let's get into this install. First thing we're gonna have to do is pull apart some of the interior pieces just around the shifter trim. We don't have to go into the car for this. It's just gonna be straight from the top. Let's see what we're gonna need here. We're gonna need an Allen key to put these in. And I believe a screwdriver to pop the ring out, and then we'll show you the ring. Let's move to the car. All right, so we're in the car now. Obviously shift knob first. Cube Speed does offer a shift knob for their shifter. Hopefully this one is the same thread. If not, I think I do have the insert somewhere for this as a ready knob. So keep your fingers crossed on that one. Obviously that comes off. It's probably supposed to be clipped in a lot better. Then in here, I'm actually gonna have to take some of this stuff off here. My little fake installation. This is some of the problems when you don't have the little boot that goes around it. So let me peel this stuff off quick, and then we will be right back, I guess. I got 2 different screwdrivers here. In here, there you'll see there's like these little, there's like a notch on each side, and there's like a little ring. All you have to do is take this top ring out. Hopefully my screwdriver is big enough, and I don't think this is gonna rotate at all, but. All right, so I got that popped out, and then you're just gonna lift out. So do that, and then we'll go on to the next step here. Bring you in closer so you can see what we're looking at here. Once you pop that out, that's what you pop that out. That's what you're looking like. You got to take this whole assembly here out. and then there's gonna be like a weird wavy looking washer underneath that. So we're gonna take this out, pull that out, and then we'll move over to the workbench quick. This is what you look like. These are all your parts. This ring you didn't have to take out because it stays on top of there, but let's move over to the workbench. This is the part. This is the brass bushing I was telling you about. That didn't help much, but you have this. You have two different bushings that came with it. You just want to measure it up to the one that you have, which looks like the larger one. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take that, put that down, and then we just need something to hit the top of this to pop that in with. I decided to use a piece of wood. That's why it looked like it snowed all over the place. Time to go back to the car. This is the annoying part, is finding the spot that this like sinks in, but we'll get to that. After you do all this part, have this big ass washer ring thing that goes in, then your shifter, and then this goes over the top of it. Then you take this thing and you start to tighten it down. So almost there. Couple more steps. Maybe let me see if my shift knob's gonna fit. All right, ring. OEM shifter guy. Then we gotta figure out. Then you gotta try to get this in the lined up. Sometimes it goes first try, sometimes it doesn't. This time it doesn't. Trying yet a slightly different angle. Hopefully you don't fall. Got these, got that in. Now you have this, it has a couple bevels. I believe the small one goes down. And yeah, you hold it down and then shake this. If this doesn't lift, you're good. If it lifts, you got to flip it over. So there's a big bevel and a small bevel down. Then you got these rings. This is going to be the tricky part, where you got to hope to not drop it on the floor, because my ass is going to drop this right on the floor. So I think I'm gonna go front and back with this. And this is when you just pray for me that I don't drop it. This ring goes over top. Then looks like we're gonna have to use the long guys. So let me see if I dropped two, because I only have two here. Be right back. All right, under further investigation, it looks like you might have to do left and a right, but my transmission is a little too far left. So I'm gonna try to thread these in and then rotate it. And this is where you need the Loctite for. So this is what it calls for Loctite. This is a semi-permanent one, should be the blue. Try not to spill it all over the place like I almost just did. So I've done some searching, and it appears that my kit only came with 2 of the long screws and I need 4 of them. So what I did, I found a bolt somewhere that will work for now. So I'm gonna throw this in, get the short shifter working, and then I'm just gonna swap these out for the other ones when I do order them. So let me slap this back in, and hopefully it all goes smooth. Don't drop this. All right, so I got this in pretty well. So the last thing I'm gonna do is gonna put a little Loctite on there. If I can reach it, it's out of the car right now, and I don't feel like getting up. Loctite it. Gonna have to get something to cover this back up, but for now, put this back on. And put shift knob back on. gonna have to get something to hold that up. So these throws seem a lot shorter. The only problem is reverse is a little hard to get to, but you just like kind of slam it and slam it. That's probably because I have these big ass springs in it to what I thought was gonna stiffen it up, but didn't really. So let me give you like the same kind of view I gave you of the before. Well, I'll put that in again. Here's a little bit of the before. Forward, back, left to right, and then when you're in gear, wobbly, wobbly, and you get the point. And then here's the after. Side to side, front to back, barely anything there compared to before. Side to side, barely anything. When you're in gear, not nearly as much. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, it's not full reverse. Reverse. Won't know 100% until I drive this, but that seems like another 100% better than it was. Before, I always hated it. Like I said, this is the ISR one, and that's a brass bushing on it, which did absolutely nothing for it. GK Tech springs in the transmission worked pretty good, made it a lot stiffer, and now this is like 100%, very nice and stiff. Like I just said, also, I won't know until I drive it, but if it gets to be like a pain in the ass that it's too like tight and stiff, I could always loosen everything up and it will make it a little bit easier to throw into gear. So overall, I would say this project takes maybe 10-15 minutes. In my case, it took a little bit longer because I was missing bolts, so I had to make that work. But this is a very simple job to do. And if you're looking for a better shifter field, look no further. So far, I can highly recommend it. The throws seem a little shorter, even though, like I said, that was a short shifter ISR, but it was just very sloppy. Throws seem a little bit shorter, more direct, and kind of more notchy. Something I like. So if this was any way helpful to you, throw a thumbs up for me. I would love for you guys to subscribe, like and comment in the video if you like the shifter, if you have experience with the shifter, if you've been looking for a shifter, anything about the shifter. Drop a comment. If you know anyone that might be interested in this build, 240SX, rb25, built engine, 535 horsepower. No drift. I'm not planning on drifting it. I might try to get another car for drifting if that ever comes into the equation. But thanks for joining me. See you guys on the next one, and do race car things, I guess.